Hello, everyone. This is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ, and our biblical tip of the day comes from Matthew chapter 28, verses 12 through 15, and it goes like this. They assembled with the elders and took counsel. Then they gave a large sum of money to the soldiers, telling them, "You are to say, his disciples came by night and stole him while we were asleep. And if this gets to the ears of the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble." The soldiers took the money and did as they were instructed. And this story has circulated among the Jews to the very present day. So, our biblical tip of the day, our message is things aren't what they seem. There are many, many, many stories throughout history that become basically a story because people were trying to hide something, or they wanted people to perceive something different than what really occurred and happened. So we really, again, we have to look with the eyes of God to see behind the story and to see what the truth is. There are so many, many different untruths that are going on in our world constantly, in our own lives, in our own families. I mean, how many times have we thought that we known someone that we love, and then, we find out something different about them, something that they didn't want us to know. So this occurs all the time, but this is like a big thing in our life. What is the truth behind every single story that we always hear? We always have to do our own research. And, to be perfectly honest, if it's something big in our political system or in our world, or, in medicine or anything, we have to follow the money trail. See who originally got the money that started the story, that started their story, or what they wanted people to perceive. So, again, that comes from us to be able to decide what is the real truth. That comes from knowing God and knowing ourselves so well. It's so easy to get misinformed, or a belief system to become someone else's belief system to become ours, even when it's not true or real. So a lot of times, some stories, like at the apostles, they did it to protect, um, Jesus and the mission that they were to carry forth. So they created this whole story. But as you can see, many people still believe that story to this day, and that discounts the whole resurrection and everything else. But there was reasons behind that. So we have to follow the money trail. And if you could go back to those biblical times and be able to talk to those soldiers, they could tell you, yeah, we were paid off, so that it made it look like something different than what it really was. And again, that happens every single day in our world. We are so manipulated. There's been so many different things in commercials and movies and everything. It started out to make us buy popcorn in the movies, or Coca-Cola, by, putting those subliminal messages in there to make us hungry. But it goes deeper than that. We're being censored in so many different ways. And we have to know the truth of our hearts, where God resides, so we can figure out what is really the truth, so we can come forth with love and not be affected by all these outside manipulations. And so if people are thinking I'm getting a little political today, or a little, out of the realm of staying in our heart, I'm trying to get you to see that if you are staying in your heart, then we truly can be the love and the light that can change this world. But if we're easily manipulated by the outside forces of whatever it is that they want us to buy or believe in to benefit them, then we can't be that true love and that true light. So I want all of us to get so close to knowing ourselves and knowing our hearts, our deep, deep heart, where God's truth resides, that we can decipher what is real and what's not, so we can be that love. So this isn't to get people to, start an argument or whatever. I want is all to go within deep. Many people think that they are going within deep and they think that they're hearing the right thing, but they haven't even touched the surface of the truth of their own hearts, because their own perceptions have veiled that heart to believe what it is that makes them feel comfortable. So getting to the truth and really going down deep, we have to go through a lot of muck. And I do that every single day with my clients. So if you think that you can do it alone, it is not an easy job for us to be able to see the truths of what we manipulated our own selves to believe. So lifting those veils, sometimes we're like, oh, well, that's not my stuff. And we tend to change it and perceive it as something nicer and sweeter than what it really is. So to get to the truth of your heart takes a lot of work. And you have to really stay connected with God in a very deep way in order to be able to truly lift those veils. So I guess our biblical tip of the day is seeing the truth and not someone else's truth, seeing God's truth. So this is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ, and lifting the veils of the truth every single moment and removing my own perception so I can see God's truth, through God's eyes. So many blessings to us all on our journey.